So the book I'm thinking of by Wayne Dyer is called Your Erroneous Zones. You need to buy this book. So that's two books you need. You need Your Erroneous Zones by Wayne Dyer, and you need Transcending the Levels of Consciousness by David R. Hawkins. So you can get at your shadow aspects, which are your dark. Someone would say, are they evil? Yes. And a lot of these things in our society may not be seen as wrong at all, but they are. Because our society is coming from a world where there's all kinds of horrible that's done. And humans think that they've got a pretty good idea of ethics and morality. No. Humans think a lot of things about themselves. They have very high opinions about themselves. And a lot of the people we put on pedestals, Hollywood celebrities and billionaires, successful business people, a lot of these people have got very dark traits, but we celebrate them because we live in a demented society. We are not in an enlightened society. Not at all. You only have to look through human history to see the atrocities that have been committed century after century. The humans don't learn. Massive wars, very high taxation, the elites living in huge palaces with a bunch of servants, and other people living in poor houses are being thrown in jail because they don't have any money. The elite owning all the land. Think about the European monarchs that set their explorers off to different places around the world to go and conquer the people there. And then the European monarch saying, well, this is my land and I'm going to give you a land grant. And they're, all of this history, abuse of power. But in those days, that's what they felt. The Pope would give them divine right of kings, and that's what it was. So it was the religious authority, and it was the kingly authority that set people off to do these things. And have we progressed that much? No, we haven't. So there's a lot of things about being human that we take for granted that are completely wrong. The mind-body connection, we develop a mind that likes to control our own body and likes to control the minds and bodies of other humans. Dominance is very prevalent. And if you meet some spirits and maybe you're going to call them evil spirits because they're, fighting with you telepathically and they're sending you pain. In the end, what you might learn is something you can learn from Matt Kahn's lecture about the inner conflict, and that is that humans identify with their minds, and they use their minds to push their bodies very hard. If you think of the number of people who have children that play sports, and they get injured or they have concussions, and the coaches and the parents push the children to go back to the sport, and then the children grow up pushing their bodies. Our whole culture celebrates professional sports or Olympic sports, and a lot of these athletes get terrible injuries. They play and take a lot of drugs to deal with their pain, and the concussions can come back, and in later life they can cause people huge mental problems, huge despair. People lose their memories and their ability to function. You know, it's like a form of dementia. So, I mean, our whole society, and if you look at YouTube and trending, and you look to see the stuff that seems to get the most hits, it's idiocy. Idiocy captures the imaginations and minds of the vast majority of the human population. Just go to YouTube, click on the trending button, and see all the garbage. And you might say, oh, this isn't garbage. It's garbage. Celebrity worship, sports hero worship, video games. Some of the stuff is, you know, it's like people get followers because they do funny things. And it's, you know, it's good because people like to laugh. But the fact is that, you know, this laughter stuff, it's not building consciousness. It's not building wisdom. And the Netflix generations, you know, major binge watching of Netflix, it's not wisdom you're getting, you know, it's repetitive. It's drama. Some of the stuff that gets great attention is absolutely, that stuff is demonic. This new movie, The Joker, I heard today that a lot of people are walking out of the movie because they can't stand it. It's so horrible. Horror. It's just psychological horror, you know, and people paying money to go and get Hollywood to make these things about humans fighting each other, killing each other, torturing each other. These kind of movies are not good. You know, and people are addicted to them. There's sequel after sequel of these things. So these are dark traits of the human collective consciousness. And how are they going to be cleared? Well, the most important thing is to become aware of them. The pornography business. People say, well, what's wrong with the pornography business? What's wrong with the pornography business is it makes people focused on the human form. You know, they've got certain types of human forms that they like sexually. So they start looking at their day-to-day life as every human is either a sex object they like or one they don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. And that distorts the kind of people that they want to hang around with. And if they're lucky getting in with those people who've got the form they like, then their ego grows. And if they can't get these kind of people that they have these fetishes for, then it's doing weird things to their egos too. Focus on form rather than the personality of the person. I mean, you learn all these things in kindergarten and first grade, but it gets thrown away. It gets thrown away because, I don't know, some people want, the Hollywood movie star. Some people want something else, whatever it is, but it's a focus on the form. And it makes people nasty to the people whose forms you don't find attractive. It goes into racism, all kinds of ways of separating the stuff you prefer or that you insist on versus, the other people that are around you. It makes you demented. And I say pornography because, most studies say that most of the bandwidth on the internet has to do with pornography.